Hello, hello, hello. Hello to all you folks out there. I hope y'all are doing good. I'm going to go live over here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Internet land. Hello, folks. Hi, everybody. Just getting a couple things done real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get Justin brought up over here. Good old J Diddy. Start without video. And let me give him the URL. And Justin will be jumping on with us in just a second. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. We have had VBS this week at our church. We've had a lot of kids. I want to say there was 350, 360, something like that, kids. I haven't heard the final total. Today's the last day, so I haven't heard that final total yet. But it has been very successful. And let's see, that's Jay Diddy. He just popped in.
I'm here.
There you are. Back to the
camera.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Go to my Zoom setting. There we go.
I was telling the folks that today's like the last day of VBS at our school, at our church. There we go. Hang on. All right, and I'm going to bring you up. There you are. You're on a dual window with me now.
All right.
Hello, Christopher Hall. Hello
I'm
to the.
still pulling up all my streams.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Comments.
I was telling him we had, I think on Tuesday when I was up there and I checked on, I was asking our discipleship pastor if he knew what the amount of kids that had showed up on Monday, and it was like 350, 360, which is really good.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now,
gotta have a lot of volunteers for that.
Yeah, we have about 100 volunteers, and
that's great.
We at my in-laws' church out in San Angelo, Glen Meadows Baptist Church out in San Angelo, had theirs 2 weeks ago, and Kat and the girls went out there to spend the week with her mom, and the girls were helping out with VBS and all that, and they said it was like 750-ish, 770, something like that, out at their church, and that's huge. I love seeing that. I remember they've been growing like out there. San Angelo has, and if Jamie Halifax is in the chat, if he is in the chat, if he's with us or watching this, he can confirm or deny that's his church out there. But they, over the last, since my father-in-law moved out there and kind of helped get the whole thing going and growing and stuff, it's just like every single year it's just been more and more and more and more and more kids and stuff. They're going to be pushing 1,000 pretty soon, and that's not a stretch for them to think about that. They had kids. They were if there was a closet big enough to hold a small class, they would make adjustments and use it.
Awesome. All right.
Let's see. I'm going to.
Email just went out.
Good.
We're gonna start soon. Did you tell everyone? Did you start it off with what to expect if you come in?
No.
Watch.
No, I will. We have a problem.
You got to start with it, otherwise they don't know what they just think. Like, are these guys supposed to be live? Like, they're just whatever. Scroll. You got to start. You got to do the whole. Oh, hey everyone.
Hey, there.
Yeah, that'll get everyone's. But you got to do it at the front. You got to hit live. What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching the live stream. Little tip there.
Yeah.
Start off addressing your rewatch audience because your live people aren't coming in for at least a minute.
So that's right.
Anyone watching the first 60 seconds is going to be a rewatch. And you want to grab their attention right away so they stop scrolling.
Yeah.
And in this case, in our case, you just tell them, so we're setting up. You can hang out and watch us jack around, or you can just skip to the 5-minute mark where the actual recording starts.
Yes. Okay.
So I got my something we can play with today since we have the affordability of time.
Oh, yeah.
I have my phone screen shared to my computer.
Good.
So when I talk about the pro tip, I can actually show it on my phone.
Good.
I hope.
Let's where's your let me move you up in the list here. Okay, let's see it. Pop to it. Show me.
Okay. Share screen. QuickTime player. Boom.
Boo and yah. Look at that. Fan diddly-tastic. I love it when a plan comes together.
Right? I thought that was a good idea.
That's extremely cool.
So the goal is Dave just doesn't know how to manage his time. He's a terrible person. He wants to spend time with his family and actually do stuff with them. Like, what kind of weird person is that? Cut the cord, Dave. Anyway, so we can't afford time to record the pro tips separately, so we're gonna just pull straight from the live show. That's gonna be the pro tip video. I don't think anyone's gonna mind it.
No.
And worst case, you can just pull screenshots like you did.
Oh yeah.
You just pull the screenshot of the website and just kind of scroll it.
Right. I can, and
that takes a long time.
No, and I can embellish if we need to embellish or whatever. If there's something that wasn't clear, after the fact, taking time to clean up a little bit. But the last couple of weeks, I've had a very large project that I've been working on, and I'm sorry, apologizing to our viewers, to our fans, our friends out there. I have not been able to get it all done. I in our church media hacks group the other night, I put up a picture of my my screen, and I said, by my calculations, by the end of the week, I will have done about 100 videos this week, in a 7-day period. So I've been busy. I'm sorry, but I'll loosen that up a little bit.
Yeah, that didn't work out for you, did it? Because me and Kat were just yelling at you.
Yeah, I know.
Get to work. Stop complaining.
Shut up. Just what I need. Just what I need. My wife and my at-work wife. Oh, heavens. Yeah, if you are watching, if you have come in here and trying to figure out what's going on and stuff, we're just doing a little final setup here. We do not do a fully produced, polished, wonderful rolling intro, lots of singing, and applauding audience kind of a deal. Let's see.
Although I would like to.
Yeah, we will get to that point. When you and I are at the point where we can devote full time to anything and everything Church Training Academy, and we are working towards that point. We're actually, we're making good progress, I think. It never happens as fast as you want it to, but when we get to that point that we're doing that and stuff, yeah, then we're going to build out a studio at Justin's house, and we're going to, flesh out my studio out in the garage and all this, and it's going to be like, Jimmy Kimmel. It's the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, there's a better example.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
I'm not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel. I don't have any beef with him. I just don't think he's funny.
No, I don't think he is either.
It's not a political thing. I know a lot of people don't like him because of politics. I just don't think he's that funny.
Yeah, I don't think
I hate it when no one asks, but yeah, that's my thing.
I don't think he or Colbert are funny anymore. I think
Colbert, I think can get it. I think he's good. My favorite's Conan. I love Conan.
Yeah.
I never watched him. I watched a little bit of him after he moved to TBS,
Mm-hmm.
but then we cut our cable. I always enjoyed Conan, his sense of humor.
Conan understands that his job is to have a funny talk show, and he doesn't get political and try to make statements and do stuff. He interviews guests and promotes their stuff and does funny skits and tells funny stories, and he
knows his place.
Right.
He knows he's the clown.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see that anymore. Even David Letterman knew his place.
Yeah.
He was less clownish, but he knew his place.
Jimmy Fallon knows that. He does a really good job.
Yeah.
And
the what's his name? The British guy.
Yes, the one that does the singing in the car. The
carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
His team. Okay, here's a little background. So Dave, you get stuff ready. I find this fascinating. Gosh, I can't remember his name. Let me look it up real quick.
James Corden.
James Corden. I keep wanting to say Daniel Cordray, and that is someone completely opposite.
Okay.
Anyways, James Corden. Daniel Cordray is like James Gordon is like husky funny, and Daniel Cordray is like tall and handsome. Totally opposite. But anyways, James Corden when he started his I think he was the late show, right? He still is.
Mm-hmm.
His team was like, okay, guys, we know like late show is really late, and we already don't get a lot of views. We want to make sure that our content gets out there. And so what they did was they said, our late night show is in segments, and it already lends itself to creating content in those. You can watch one segment and that's it. You don't have
Yeah.
to sit there and watch the whole hour.
Standalones.
So
Yeah.
yeah, standalone. So they were the first to really start putting all of their content on YouTube and said, you know what? We can start putting stuff on YouTube because they're biteable chunks. Our talent still gets the attention, right? So they still want to come on. Our advertisers, they have the before and after shots. So and in fact, after it started, they pretty much said if a segment doesn't make sense going on YouTube, we're not going to do it on TV. So they really were, even though they were the late show on TV, they really were making content for YouTube, and they were just kind of putting it all together on TV. So it would show on TV, but most of their viewership shows up on YouTube. And of course, everyone else kind of jumped in, and Fallon started doing weird games and fun games. And I think Kimmel came up with the weird segments too. But James Corden, man, he was the pioneer. His team, I don't want to give him all the credit. His team, I'm sure his production team was like, you know what? If it doesn't go on YouTube, then it doesn't go on our show. Like, we want it to be in all places, pretty much. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's forward thinking. That's realizing that your job is to deliver content and then monetize on whatever platform it is. And that's good.
All right. Cool. I am in the chats.
Good. I see Neil in there. Hello, Neil. Neil.
People are getting the email now. So
yep. Good. I see.
Almost good to start.
Got Christopher in there. You're in there. You know what? I need to share it. Okay. This is what's.
Oh yeah, I gotta share it too.
This is. All right, you wanna throw it into the hacks group?
Yeah, I'll throw it in the group.
Okay. We're just getting things started here, folks. This is the live recording of the Church Media Guys show, where Justin and I, basically, we're recording our podcast. We're recording our show, our podcast, our YouTube show. We're recording our pro tip. We're doing a recording here in this hour. And we just don't like being alone because then it gets awkward and stuff. And Justin, starts like sharing his feelings and I can't hug him, but he keeps trying to reach for the camera and it gets awkward. So we want to have a live studio audience, which means we want you guys in the chat saying hi. We want y'all talking. We want y'all asking questions. Please, we have no problem at all about adapting the flow of this show to answer your questions. We can easily do that. If you're talking on the topic or if you have something else you can ask in there, and then we can either address at the end of the recording or we can make that the topic of next week's show. We're pretty flexible here. We want to serve you guys, so we want y'all in the chat room talking, asking questions, saying hi, helping each other out, doing all that sort of stuff. And that goes for you YouTuber people out there, you people out there that are watching on YouTube from the foreign lands.
Whoa, Dig. You people.
Yes.
Right? They have names.
Yes, I know. Who is on YouTube? I can't see it right now. Anybody
no
there?
One right now. Yeah, no one's there right now.
Usually Tommy jumps over there and kind of moderates and keeps things moving for us.
Tommy does both. I don't know what
hey, listen. Tommy's like our most dedicated user, our dedicated friend, fan, of the show. Him and Jordan, man, I'll tell you what. All right, let me get this shared out.
Get it shared out. And while you do that, I would be remiss if I didn't share one Jerry Seinfeld quote.
Oh, please.
We love Jerry Seinfeld. So let me pull it up here. 40 to 60, I would say, is your prime. That's when you know the most. You've seen the most, you understand the most, and you still have some physical energy. Dave, I was thinking, I was watching some stupid kids do some stupid things at our campus, at our university, and I caught myself saying, you know what? I wish I had their energy, and even though I'm only like 10 years older than them,
yeah, what?
I wish I could go back because I could do much better with that. And then I realized, I caught myself. I was like, oh, I get it. Youth is wasted on the young. I get that quote now.
Yes, it is.
I'll get it more later. I'm only 10% of the way there, I'm sure. But yeah, I totally get it. Or just having the time to go eat some kimchi cupcakes. And you're like, really? You have all this time in the world and you're eating kimchi cupcakes? God.
Wait, kimchi cupcakes? Kimchi's like super hot.
Yeah. You didn't know they're doing weird combinations of stuff now. Like it started with bacon, which everyone loved. And so they thought, well, people must love weird combinations. But really, they just love bacon. So they started putting kimchi cupcakes and jalapeno Jello shots. It's gotten out of hand.
Now, I'm okay with adding some jalapeno to stuff. Like jalapeno cornbread and stuff like that. Jalapeno corn chips or whatever.
Jalapeno ice cream.
I do like jalapeno jelly. Have you had jalapeno jelly?
Different. That's different.
It's good. It's really
all right.
good.
I got my notes up here.
Okay, me too.
I got my phone ready, and I think I'm good to go.
Okay, that sounds like a winner. All right, I'm going to cut to the big screen here. Let's see here. Hello, Ramon. See, I told you, man. Ramon gets in here. He starts talking. You get him live on a call on our group coaching and stuff, and he just sits there like a bump on a pickle.
Justin, too much sugar. Sure.
And we're all for that.
Oh, too much sugar for the kimchi cupcakes. Yes, I agree. I'm trying to cut down my sugar, and it is hard, man. It's like, you have food in your pantry that just is there all the time, and you open it up and you're like, man, we got nothing to eat. Got to go to the grocery store. You know, they got plenty of food in your pantry.
Yeah. So the pumpkin filling.
Yeah. So we're no more buying sugar processed food. None of that. All we have in the house is meat, soup, and vegetables and fruits. Like, that's it.
That's good.
And it was one of those things.
And you're doing that while Bridget's not there?
That's the miracle right there.
That is.
So I open the door, and typically it's like I have spent like $20 in groceries just to get some meat, and everything else is coming from all these cans in the pantry and all these bags of stuff. I mean, I'm eating like these little tiny pretzel crisps because like for the last year it's been like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. But now it's like, these are the tastiest things ever because I have nothing else in the house to eat. Now it's that salty craving, and it's just really funny. Like, it looks like we're about to move out, or we just moved in. There's that little, but it's amazing because that's really, you don't need that much food to survive. I mean, plan your meals. You just need what you need to eat in the fridge. You don't need that much more. I mean, I'm eating. What did I pull out? I pulled out a can of like kidney beans that I bought for some chili and never made. They've just been sitting there. They're still good. Probably should have donated them, but I'm like, oh, you know what? That'd be good with some rice and chicken, like like some fajitas.
Right,
it's
sure.
Feasible.
Look at you.
Kidney beans. Like,
look at you. You're a domestic goddess.
Yeah, I know. So anyways,
hey, so do you
have money for groceries? Just open up your pantry. I mean, you probably got some stuff.
Do you do canned vegetables, or do you do like frozen vegetables?
I like I actually do. I like to try to do more fresh. Neil says I'm a touch soft. I'm assuming that means my voice and not the fact that I just shaved like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. You have that baby face of yours. You still got that young baby face.
Yeah, I finally shaved. I didn't shave yesterday because I didn't think I was going to go to work, and I only went for 3 hours. And then I didn't shave this morning because I had no work. And then I was like, oh yeah, we got a show. I should shave and put my hair up.
Yeah, go clean yourself up.
Yeah, right. Where was I? What was I talking about? I don't even remember. But anyways, Neil says I'm a touch soft. Yes, volume.
Yeah, I got you up.
Shaving face. I don't remember what I was talking about. If you remember what I was talking about, I was just going off there.
No, that's okay. This reminds me of the episode of Seinfeld. Hey, we're not on a huge time crunch, folks, so that's why we're not like pushing really hard here. We just want to have fun with you guys.
That's right. Yeah. So since today I have no work, I'm just hanging out.
The Seinfeld episode where Kramer was walking down the street and he sees in a dumpster, he sees the old Merv Griffin set, and jumps up in the dumpster and starts pulling the stuff out, the walls, the platform, chairs, all that sort of stuff. So he takes it all to his house, and Jerry comes walking in, and all of a sudden he hears that da-na-na-na, walks through a curtain, and all of a sudden it's the Merv Griffin set in Kramer's living room, and Kramer's sitting in a chair like that. He's like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jerry Seinfeld, and he brings him in. They sit down and stuff, and so Kramer starts doing 16 hours of having a talk show set. No cameras, no nothing. He's just doing a talk show. Everybody's like, who are you talking to? Where's the cameras? But they're sitting there. Finally, after like 3 or 4 days of this, he and Newman are sitting on there, and Newman's now his co-host because it's hard to carry a show for 18 hours a day. And so Newman's sitting there, and they're both kind of quiet, and Newman is looking at him, and he goes, I go to the store and buy the generic wax beans, And I cut the labels off and put them on the shelf, and I really just don't know the difference. And Creamer's like, well, we've officially bottomed out. So that's us. I'm gonna.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
pull the
remember
plug.
now. Rick said we were talking about food. Yes, and Neil said we're talking about your pantry and how you never give anything to the food bank. That's right. I never give anything out of my pantry because if I don't want it, I mean they may want it, but I like to buy the things that last a long time. Peanut butter is a huge one.
Absolutely.
If you want to really do something cool for a food bank, give them peanut butter because that stuff lasts forever. It's caloric dense and it's good stuff.
Tons of protein as well.
Yeah,
you get a lot of bang for your
kids love it too.
buck. Absolutely.
Anyways,
that's what we took to Romania back in '99. I took a duffel bag just full of peanut butter.
Duffel bag of peanut butter. That's my band name.
Yeah, but we gave it to we dropped just a dozen jars at a time at orphanages, and we took it to gypsy villages and stuff. Just hey, here you go, guys. We love you. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Peanut butter, good stuff.
So we're going to start now. I'm going to do an intro. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Our topic today, if y'all haven't checked. Oh, by the way, just a heads up out there. If anybody goes to churchtrainingacademy.com, it's going to yell at you because apparently something has happened. I don't know what it is. It was working great yesterday. No errors, no nothing. All of a sudden, it's like there's a problem with our SSL certificate. I don't know what the deal is. It's current. It's paid for. It's not, I really don't know. And because of the way I have it set up, everything redirects to HTTPS. So when I try to log in the regular way, it tries to redirect to it and stuff. So I actually have to get on the horn with the host today and see if they can sort of back in and figure out what's going on because it's news to me. Anyway, so I apologize for that, but I will get it remedied ASAP. So hang with us on the Church Training Academy Facebook page and in the Church Media Hacks group. And you insiders obviously hang with us anywhere and everywhere you can, including the insiders group. All right, Here we go. I'm going to cut to the full screen. This is really the recording. All right.
Oh, let me turn my fan off.
Okay. No, you're fine. I don't hear it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't hear it. It's not blowing across the mic. I think you're okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Have you been live streaming your services? Are you new to live streaming? Do you want to kick it up to the next level? Today, we've got 5 things that you can do to take your live stream to the next level and just kind of put that little bit of polish on it. And it all starts now. All right, here we go. I'm going to do the intro or the welcome. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Church Media Guys Show. In case we have not met, my name is Dave Curley, Davecurlee. Write it down. Not to be confused with the Stooge or the old Globetrotter. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, I'm the founder of churchtrainingacademy.com, which is a website and community where you and I and other ministry-minded folks come together to learn how to use and exploit media and technology so that we can take the gospel to the world and exploit the heck out of the internet, this wonderful mission field that we have. With me, as always, is my buddy, my partner, the dude who keeps me on track, the person who is basically my at-work wife, Mr. Justin Nava. Good morning, sir.
Dave, I see some socks on the floor behind you. You better pick those up. Put them right where they belong.
Yes, dear.
I've never had anyone refer to me as their work wife. I don't know if I should be offended because I'm a man or complimented because it's 2016 or what? Wait, what year is it? It's 2018 and anyone can be anyone they want anymore, apparently. What's up, everyone? Shout out to all the people watching live with us. Shout out to Chris, Rick, Neil, Ramon, everyone that's been hanging out. We had an extended pre-show conversation. We talked about canned food, peanut butter. What else did we talk about?
Generic wax beans.
Generic wax beans, Seinfeld. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff and had a lot of fun. So if you're not watching the live show, Fridays at 11 o'clock Central, those are a lot of fun. And we snuck a little trick out there. It's not going to make it in the main show. We snuck a little trick about what to do when you go live to address your rewatchers, and we'll save it for another show. But yeah, a little trick there. So you get a little extra bonus tips when you watch live. So come watch us. But yeah, Dave, I'm happy. I'm here. I'm dry. My power's on.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you guys are having some flooding down there. A lot of heavy rainage.
Yes. In fact, yesterday I could not get my car because while the car was parked on a hill in the lot, other cars, in fact, this morning I passed a car that was the exact same model as mine, 2009-ish Charger, and they were flooded. And they were just on the other side of the lot from me. So it was crazy. So my car was fine, but the exits literally were knee deep in water. And I know this because I had to walk home because yeah, the water was just not going down. It had not rained for 3 hours. I was at my office, just hanging out, chilling, eating lunch, started watching Jumanji and doing some work. And 3 hours and it didn't even go down an inch. So I said, you know what, guys, I'm gonna have to walk home. I documented it, the whole thing on my Instagram. So if you're watching live, go to my Instagram story because it's there. You may also catch it on IGTV, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, crazy time walking home in knee deep floodwaters, and thankfully my house is okay. Backyard's got a couple inches, but it hasn't come into the house. So
that's good. Is it starting to go down, or is it just kind of staying where it is?
It's just staying where it is. That's what concerns me in the backyard. I mean, it barely has gone down an inch. Right. So as long as it doesn't rain, which they're expecting more, we'll see.
All right.
For now, I'm happy, and Yondu is happy. Today I got my Yondu cup.
Look at that.
My nerdy accessory of the day, drinking my sweet tea. It's delicious. Yeah, I wish I could whistle, but I can't.
Yeah. Oh, that's
not like Yondu.
Yeah, I know. He's got it down too. Get that thing.
I would hope if I didn't cover his face on the video. Here you go. There's the
get
better
that
shot.
Thing just kind of floating in air right there.
Exactly.
Gotta love it. All right, guys, we're gonna get on to our pro tip here. This is the section of the show where we basically give you a little guidance, a little something that you may not have thought of, something that, you know, whether it's a tool that we're using, a procedure, a website, an app. I mean, just something that hopefully will help make your job and your production, your communications, your day a little bit better, a little bit easier, a little bit more efficient, more effective. That's what we're looking for. And Justin, you mentioned it just a moment ago, talking about the new IGTV that Instagram has released. So Instagram is doing long form stuff now, not just 1 minute vids. Is that right?
That's right. So Instagram just released IGTV. Of course, IG is short for Instagram and TV is short for nothing because no one knows what a television anymore is. It's a TV. So IGTV is what we're talking about today. That's our pro tip. And it's really more of just an introduction to what it is and how you can use it. IGTV is the long form video section or app to complement Instagram. Because if you ever use Instagram, there's two ways you can get videos on there. You can upload a 1 minute video. You can upload a couple of 1 minute videos in one post, or you can use stories, which really is selected down to 15 seconds. And so what Facebook wants to do, who owns YouTube, is, you know, they want to make sure they keep as much attention as they can from other companies, YouTube. And so they created IGTV to kind of give some competition and try to steal some of that attention back for people looking for long form. And of course, they want to do it with their own style, mobile first, you know, really only mobile only. And so what I have here is just a quick demo of what IGTV is here. So I'm going to share my phone screen, and this should work because we tested it before the show. Bam! You should see my phone screen. Dave, is it coming out good on the screen there?
Looks slicker than snot, son.
All right. So we got here my social media folder, and there is a new app here called IGTV. So first, so when you open up IGTV, you get introduced to a whole bunch of videos for people that are recommended for you or that you're following.
There's Kenny.
So for example, yeah, right now it starts auto playing Dave Adamson, and he's doing a 2-minute Bible study here. And if I just click on them, I can watch it, and you can interact at the bottom just like you can with Instagram with liking it or leaving a comment. Of course, you can follow, go to people you're following. It'll give you recommendations. So look, there's our good friend Heather. I can go over here and watch her first episode.
There's Heather.
And watches behind the scenes. And then you can also go to popular. This may be a risk. And you can go to popular videos. I'll just scroll through that real quick. Continue watching there, and you can go through.
Mom?
Here.
Oh,
I was kind of just seeing who all was on here. A little jacked weightlifting guy right there. And then, of course, you can create your own channel. Now, you don't have a channel by default. You have to create a channel. It's just real quick. It's literally just a click. And then you can upload a video. And right here live, I'm going to upload my first Instagram. I recorded this here, IGTV. As you see, it's 6.5 minutes in the bottom right. So there is an hour time limit, super easy to use. I'm going to go next. You can give it a title. I would just call it episode 1. Surviving the flood. If I could type
holy shnikes,
the flood. All right, and then you can put a description. So I'll just put like my adventure to get home during the RGV flood. So I'd probably do a little bit more thinking than that, but I didn't know I was going to ask for all this stuff. Okay, and then you can edit the cover, so I'll just leave it there. You can post it on your Facebook page.
Hey, look at that. You can throw it out to Facebook.
You can. I'm not a fan of that, and I can go into that later. And then post. And then it's just going to upload your video, and it's going to be there for your followers and for other people to discover. So that's a quick little demo of IGTV. And really what you want to use it for is you can use it as a platform to recycle former content. That's what a lot of content creators are doing right now. Dave Adamson has the guy that popped up first, he has a 2-minute Bible study series. And so he really just cropped it down to that vertical video and put it on Instagram. A lot of people are putting their older content on there. It just gives you another location to recycle content. Me personally, I believe that if you're going to be somewhere, be unique somewhere. Give someone something that they can't get anywhere else. Otherwise, it's just like, that's literally what I did with all these other people, Gary Vee and Dave Addison. Like, I've already seen that somewhere else. So why would I follow you? Why would I bother watching? So I like to keep it unique. So a couple things you can do, Dave, you're better at the ideas with this, is just having Monday morning with the pastor, sit down, put on IGTV and say, hey guys, we're going to talk about this morning. You ever realize that 2-year-old is just like having a blender without a lid? And then you tell a story about, how your 2-year-old makes messes and how you teach discipline through that. Share stuff behind the scenes. Heather was talking about behind the scenes. Give some 5 quick tips, and then you're talking about doing driving with Dave.
Yeah.
It's just another place to put content. And again, this is for the Instagram audience. So tailor it more towards younger kids, more visual stuff. So if you have something pretty, like a beautiful mural on your church wall, or maybe you're doing a cooking show like we talked about, and you want to do the presentation stuff there. It's long form content. Remember, the idea is to keep attention for a long time. So don't just sit there and blather on.
Right.
You want to have concise edutainment, as I like to call it. I like to reference it. You want to be informative. You want to be entertaining. Really keep people's attention there. And it's another place to get that audience, especially because 96% of YouTube is men and boys watching it. And so if you want to tailor stuff, long form video to your young women and do some women's Bible study, living as a teen in today's world, Instagram video or IGTV is a great place to try that out. So we're still in the experimental stages. When this show actually publishes, it'll be out for a couple of weeks. We may know some more info, but that's how easy it is to use. It's all vertical video. It's mobile first. So you do have to do some editing either on your phone or on your computer, Final Cut or Premiere, and do the vertical video. That's not hard. We show our insiders how to do it multiple times. So that's IGTV.
Yeah, and it looks promising. I love that they are doing. I love that they have that mobile first thing. As I understand it, it is rolling out for iOS and Android. I put it on my Android this morning actually, and they said in the announcement that it's going to be available to. The availability is one of these kind of staggered rollouts as well, so you may not be able to get it just yet, but it's coming. It's coming pretty quick. And they also said that right now, if it's a new account, it's not available yet. If it's a very small account, then it may not be available. Like my daughter has an account where she has maybe 10 people on there. It may not be available to her just yet, but after they kind of go through this rollout and shake down period and stuff, then it'll just be available very quickly.
Yeah, this week it kind of rolled out to all the normies that are consistently on Instagram, consistently posting, and I think the bar is pretty low there. So I think 90% of the people that are watching this are gonna have it, especially if they have a church account. They're gonna. Mine is a business account, and that's probably why I could cross post to a Facebook page. So I think most people are going to have it. And again, by the time this rolls out, we'll be 2 weeks in, maybe 3 weeks. So just check it out. play with it, experiment with it, see what other people are doing. You saw a female bodybuilder on there because I thought it was interesting, talking about her diet, and like I thought she was pretty muscly, and she was like, I'm nowhere near competition strength. And I was like, what? Again, educating and informative. Like, I didn't know it was that hard to be a female bodybuilder. It is extremely hard. So see what other people are doing. It might give you some ideas of, you know, what you can do for your church. Maybe you want to go into bodybuilding, Dave. I don't know. Put it on.
Been there, done that, got the titles.
Oh, that's what those trophies in the back. It's not Star Wars.
No. Those are Mr. Universe. Actually,
yeah. Christopher says Nat Geo put their Earth show on IGTV. I'm gonna have to just check that out.
That's cool. I like that. Let's see. I so want Instagram to allow for autoplay to be turned off. Yeah. I can understand that. However, what Instagram wants to do is to have people engaging very quickly. And if you turn it on and you just see and then have to hit play, then it's not engaging. You may just be sitting there going, I don't want to see this guy. But if you go on and one of your people has something that's up there and it's doing it and there it is, I mean, then you can actually engage with it quickly, fast, all that sort of stuff. And just like he did, you know, you're able to scroll through and find something else and all that. So, I mean, just be aware that you need to turn your volume down if you're not paying attention in church and want to look through the Instagram TV, okay? Just like you do on Facebook Watch and on YouTube, just kind of boop, 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 you know?
Yeah. And a lot of people are not going to be keen on the 9:16 format, as stated in the chat. You're just gonna have to take a big old glass of deal with it, because it's here to stay.
And here,
a lot of people didn't like 16:9 when it came to television formats, because they're like, oh, now you can't see the tops of people's heads, and we have to reformat the composition, and it's too wide. You don't have enough length at the top, and I feel that way too.
Sure.
Sometimes when I'm trying to edit 9:16, especially when someone gives me an old graphic in 4:3, and I'm like, I got to redo it. And it's like, well, what do I do with this? It's hard. But when you take that extra step to make it right for the platform it's to be consumed on, you're going to notice that people actually pay attention. Now, that said, you can use an app like InShot. You can search that on our site and find a tutorial on it. And you can make a 16:9 fit into a 9:16 frame with some editing with that app. It's really easy. It's actually what I made my first show on here that I just uploaded. So it's not that hard, but yeah, you gotta just deal with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go with where the flow is going.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things that's really important, is because we're carrying our phones and because we're holding them in our hands like this. You know, we're let's see. Let me go to full screen real fast here. See, we're sitting there and we're holding our phone and we're doing this. We're scrolling up. It's all one-handed as we go. The thing is, we're not walking around holding our phones like this, like you see in some of the early 2000 TV shows where everybody's running around with their little phone with the little screen that popped up and they're, you know, going crazy on it, you know, all horizontal and stuff. They're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We're doing this. It sits in your back pocket. You pull it out. You click, you do your pattern, and then you're just kind of scrolling through Facebook and you see stuff. So it makes complete sense to have a 9:16 image or a 1:1 image, like an Instagram photo, on there that's taking up a bulk of your screen. Now your attention is focused on the thing that's dominantly taking up the big part of your screen, as opposed to something that's like super wide. I mean, the other night, perfect example. The other night, I was editing in here, and I have a 2-screen set up, and I wanted to show you guys what I was doing over in the Church Media Hacks group. So I just did a super wide screenshot of both of my monitors, and I put it in there. And when you look at it on your phone, it's like you're looking at a panorama, you know, a panorama that hasn't been, you know, made into a pannable panorama. It's like super, I mean, it's like this. It's like really, really wide and all that. And you can pop it up and turn it sideways and zoom in and all that sort of stuff. It's not highly effective, and it's going to be easy when you're scrolling to just blow right past it. And I understand that most of you didn't see that or you didn't pay attention to it because it was just this little bitty line going across the screen. That's okay. I wasn't trying to be super duper everybody pay attention. It was just putting it up there to share, and whoever sees it and stuff. But when it comes to your content that you are making, things that you want to publish, whether it's a vlog, whether it is a portion of your sermon, or a Bible study, or a behind the scenes video, or something for the for the tech team while they're setting up, or the choir or the band while they're rehearsing. You want to do that sort of stuff. You want people to see that, so giving them the most real estate and taking up as much of the space on their screen will definitely increase their ability to see you and get you more engagement and give your page more authority and give your account more authority, thereby being shown to other people and having more people engaged to it and being able to grow it and all this kind of stuff. There's a reason that some of these really large Instagram followers or Instagram people have really large accounts, because they're engaging on there and they're speaking to the platform in the medium in the way that works best for people, and you're just maximizing that screen real estate. And that's, I mean, it seems real simple when you think about it, but if you're old school like me, there's proper ways to do video, and that's not the proper way to do video. But it doesn't matter. You have to think of what it is, and people are naturally going with a vertical thing today. And here's a perfect example. Every Wednesday, I do between 10 and 15 Skype interviews with folks for our cable network that I work for. And these are like 90-second videos. And when I have the production assistants doing the test calls with them, they help them get Skype set up and do all this. When we do that, they tell them, hey, if you have a laptop, let's do it on your laptop first. That's the best way to do it. The most horsepower, biggest screen, all that sort of stuff, okay? Then, if you don't have that and you have your phone or you have a tablet, let's do that. 9 times out of 10, Justin, when I get someone on, I have this vertical shot of them, and I'm looking up their nose, as you know. Okay, I'm ready to do the interview, and I'm like, "What the crap are you doing?
No, you're not.
This is TV." And I have to remind them, because they're doing it on this device. Their mindset goes to doing it all vertical. And we tell them, hey, you have a neutral background behind you, or like if you're in your warehouse, have some stuff going on in the background to show off what you're doing or something. And if you're using your phone, then you need to prop it up somewhere. If you have a tripod and a clip, a selfie stick, go ahead and get that and all that. And invariably, every single person I get is holding it like this, and I have to say, hey, I need you to turn it sideways because this is for television. And they'll go, oh, and they start panicking because they don't know about turning it sideways, and it's not second nature. I have to say, you have to remember, this is going on television. And like when you're at home watching Netflix, you're not watching it vertical on your TV, you're watching it horizontal. Oh, yeah, let me do that, So they're already thinking like this. So we got to play to it and just maximize the crap out of it if we can. That's twice I said crap in the show, and I mean it.
Speaking of maximizing the crap out of things, we're talking about, okay, now that Dave's done curlying out here for the last couple minutes, hashtag longest pro tip ever. Let me share with you, if you're watching live, this Tuesday. So if you're watching the recording, this was a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry you missed it, but you can get on the next one. This Tuesday, I'm doing a free training on social media and how to have a post lined up for every day of the week that you don't have to think about. You just put it all together. And this is going to save you so much time. And that's this Tuesday. Now, it's a couple weeks ago. It won't be available because the free training we do every 100 members in our Church Media Hacks group. We put it up there and then we take it down, and then that becomes a mini course. But it is free for the Church Media Hacks members for it. If you're not in the group or have no idea what I'm talking about, Church Media Hacks is our Facebook group. We started it on Facebook as a group, hence it's called a Facebook group. And this was born out of me and Dave wanting something for the other guys, right? You remember the movie The Other Guys? It was the police officers that no one took seriously. Yeah. He was an accountant. He was a hothead. And, it was all over the place. Am I still here? It says my live video was interrupted.
No. You're nice and you're nice and clear. I'm having.
I think our live video just cut.
Yeah, I'm having some bandwidth issues here. I don't know what the deal is.
Okay.
It's coming back up. But our recording is going, and you're coming in clear, so we're just going to kind of...
Okay, you just want me to keep going?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Should I start over?
No, I think, we're okay for the recording. Nothing has hiccuped.
Okay, all right.
So, talking about the other guys.
Yeah. This all spurred from me and Dave thinking We need a group for the other guys. We have media groups across Facebook for audio, for video, for sound, for churches. And we noticed a lot of times when someone asks a question, I need to do this for live streaming, the answer is often buy this $3,000 camera or get this $10,000 rig. And not every time, but often, too often, if you ask me. And so we said, we need something for the other guys, the scrappers, the guys that have to make Sunday happen, they have to make the live stream happen, but don't have the money, don't have the time, don't have the budget. And so we put together the church media hacks groups, and we consider ourselves church media hackers, and we are inviting others who find themselves to be the scrappers and the hackers and need quick tips, ethical shortcuts to get the job done faster. And so that's church media hacks. You can go to churchmediahacks.com, sends you right to the group, or you can search Facebook Church Media Hacks, ask to join the group, and every 100 members we get, we're going to do a free training. We passed 200 members last week, so I owe them a free training, and I'm excited to do it. We're going to talk about, again, different ways to post on social media, Facebook, Instagram, every day. That's not boring. It's not formulaic, but it takes a lot of the burden off you because you know what you're going to post every Monday. You know what you're going to post every Tuesday, but it's fun. It's entertaining. It keeps people engaged. It keeps the church on your people's minds, and it's not a bulletin board. And this is going to be so valuable. So if you're listening to the publication of this, you already missed it. Don't miss the next one. Be part of the number 300 training. Go to churchmediahacks.com. Join the group. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think that'll be part of the 400 training because we're almost.
It might be.
We're almost
getting
this week. We've gotten close to 70 in the last 6 days.
Yeah, we're gaining like 15 or 20 a day.
Yeah, so if it goes up and keeps going up and stuff, then so that we're not doing these twice a week, we may go to every 200.
No, Dave, every 100.
Every 100. So we're doing one on Monday night, on Wednesday night, and then on Thursday night.
It's got to die off eventually. There's only 12,000 in the church communications group. So eventually there's going to be no more people.
That's funny. All right. So let's move on to our whatchamadoodle, our feature presentation.
That was my generic ripoff of Beverly Hills Cop.
That was. You sound like a Seinfeld episode there. Oh, too much.
All right, I finished my drink, so I no longer have to drink it during the show. I try not to drink when I'm on camera, but Dave puts me on the camera all the time.
I'm enjoying the blue edition of Red Bull. I didn't know they had that. It's blueberry. It's good. All right. Let me scroll up to where our notes are. Here we go. Anybody have anything to say? Sorry about the hiccups there on the live stream. For some reason, I mean, this thing was like, having a very rough time. It seems to have stabilized a little bit. We haven't had this issue on a Friday before. Okay. So here we go. We're going to do our feature presentation now. Today, Justin and I wanted to talk to you guys. Let me start that again. I don't want to start off with an Today, Justin and I thought we would talk to y'all a little bit about a few ideas that you could do to sort of kick your live stream up to the next level. And these ideas are going to, some of them, wouldn't you say, Justin, are kind of no-brainers that you just may not be thinking of, but once you think about it, you're like, oh well, yeah, duh, of course, And I don't want to say that you're dumb for not thinking of these things, because that's not the case. What I'm running into, both in the Church Media Hacks group and with our insiders and with people out on the street and stuff, is that people that are live streaming generally are very new to the technology, the process, and understanding of everything. So they have a lot on their plate that they're trying to do, and it's like we have to do this, do this, do this, do this. That some of the other things that you and I take for granted, just even if they're on their checklist, are just kind of fall by the wayside because they don't have time. And let me tell you, I fall into this trap myself, and I've been doing video production for 20x years, and I've been doing live since it started back in like 05, 06, 07. And there's little things like today. I jumped in and said hi, started talking to people and stuff, and didn't say, by the way, if you're watching the replay of this is the recording. I just went in and said, hey, we're getting things set up. Justin's going to be here in a minute, blah, 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 blah. But our process is to welcome everybody, and it just falls off the radar for me sometimes, So some of these things I think are no-brainers that we just kind of forget. And once you think about it, oh, duh, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's things that we don't often think about because it is a brand new medium. So it's you bring what you have in the old world, and actually what I'm talking about today, my two of the 5 tips are actually specifically dealing with things that you don't think about when you're just putting it out there for others to find and see, because you don't have to worry about a catchy description when you're thinking of a sermon title. It just doesn't happen. And then you don't have to think about interaction when you're preaching to people in a church, because there is no interaction. It's one to many. But when you're live streaming, spoiler alert, there's interaction. There's a chat. And so that's, we're talking about, the new medium. And so I think that's why we titled it 5 Actionable Tips for Streaming Live Church Services That Look Awesome, because it's not enough just to have one. You want it to look as best as possible, and you want it to be as engaging as possible.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're talking about is, you got it set up, or maybe you're going to have it set up, or maybe you don't know what to do when you will have it set up. This is one that's, okay, you've got it set up. Now let's tweak it a little bit better and get you running a little bit smoother.
Yeah. Let's kick it off. Mine are a little more technical than yours are, because that's kind of where I sit on the technical side.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, good. And I don't want your eyes to glaze over. You guys, I'm not kidding. Here's a little inside baseball. When we're doing our group coaching calls, our twice a month with our CTA insiders, someone will ask a question about a camera or about a video process, or how do I
bit rate,
whatever. And Justin's just like, I
pull out my game and play Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah,
while Dave does
he's over there playing Angry Birds and stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
that's the extent of my technology.
Yeah, every now and then his microphone will pick up a sound. It's like, what's going on, pretty Justin? So anyway, let's kick it off with this is for folks that are using desktop mode or broadcast mode. Just real quick, for those of y'all who are uninitiated and haven't gotten our live streaming for churches, the Easy Way guide, easylivestreaming.com. There are 4 modes of live streaming, and basically the way we identify them are selfie mode, indie mode, desktop mode, and broadcast mode. Selfie mode is literally the easiest to do, where you're grabbing your phone and you go live, and you may be holding it up. Hey, this is Pastor thus and such, and we're getting set up for church today. That's selfie mode, right? Because it's like you're doing a selfie. The indie mode is basically when you are treating your camera here on your phone like it's more like a regular camera. So you may have it in a little rig that allows you to put on like another lens, so that you can have like a wide angle or a telephoto lens and get a little bit better picture quality. Maybe connect a microphone up to it, put a light on it, something like that. Use it, put it on a tripod. That's what indie mode is. And then we've got desktop mode and broadcast mode. Desktop mode is when you are using like your laptop or a desktop computer. You may be using a webcam. You could be using a capture device to have like a regular video camera going in, and you're kind of stepping up the production level a little bit more. And then broadcast mode is like you've got a dedicated box that is built and designed, has the hardware, all that specific to doing a broadcast and a live recording, right? So that's like you're using a TriCaster, or you've built a PC like Tommy has, where he's using vMix, and he's got some capture cards in there, and he's got cameras deployed around the sanctuary, and that sort of thing. So what I'm talking about first right here is going to be dealing with desktop mode and broadcast mode, because we are using a computer to do these. And one of the things that a lot of folks, it kind of slips their mind, because we've gotten over the hump where this is where the natural order of things, basically, when it comes to being connected to a network, being connected to the internet and stuff, is all wireless. Wouldn't you say, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's doing wireless. We've got, in fact, now when you buy the latest, MacBook Pro, there it went again. When you buy the latest MacBook Pro, when you buy the latest laptops and stuff, a lot of them aren't even coming with network jacks. You actually have to get like a USB dongle to plug in and then plug in an actual network cable. Okay, so the natural order, especially for younger folks that are setting up and didn't, like me, coming up with Wi-Fi being introduced halfway through the game, you're setting things up in your media booth to be Wi-Fi. You've got your iMac up there, you got a Mac Mini that you're running ProPresenter on, and it's using Wi-Fi, and it's just natural. However, when you're trying to live stream, and when you're trying to operate, even doing the machine that's doing ProPresenter and stuff, connect it to a hard line. Being jacked in directly gives you a consistent signal that is coming through your network. So there's always a connection. Okay, you don't have to worry about some weird, radio frequency messing it up. You don't have to worry about 50 people getting on and, checking Facebook and doing all this and eating up this limited bandwidth that you have for Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi bandwidth is limited. It's not, I'm plugged in right now with with cables into my router. I'm doing a gigabit of bandwidth in between my machines here. Okay, so it's almost like having the machines inside each other. I mean, it's very, very fast. But when you're on Wi-Fi, I mean, maybe you'll get up to the average Wi-Fi. Maybe you'll get up to 75 megabits, maybe 100 megabits, and that's what everybody is starting to, share and use and all that, and it can get spotty. So hardwire, plug it in, make it the dominant. Okay, you have to go in and make this change. You have to go into your preferences for your network cards, and you have to take Wi-Fi and move it down in the list so that when a cable is plugged in, that's the network you're using. If that cable gets unplugged or back in the server room or something, they unplug it from the switch or something, then it kicks on and uses your Wi-Fi as a backup, not Wi-Fi as the primary. This is really important. You have much cleaner, much more consistent connection when you're doing that. Less dropped frames, less things like that. And when you're doing that, it gives you the ability, depending on the management software you're using, depending on the kind of router and Wi-Fi system you have set up, but your IT guy can actually go in and say, here's the streaming computer up there. So I'm going to give this one an IP address, and I'm going to specify how much bandwidth that one computer can use, and he can give it the highest priority on everything on the network, so that if some kids are playing Minecraft and stuff like that, they're going to be having network problems, not you, who is trying to upload 10 megabits of stuff onto your broadcast. So hardwire.
Number two, I am not the techie guy, so I'm going to be talking more about the audience engagement and participation to make it look good, because you want your stream to look good as it appears on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're broadcasting. Because even though you have the best video, if your title and description or what's going on around the video is not engaging or attractive, people are going to skip it anyway. So don't get hung up too much on the technicality, but also think about how what we call end users, how your audience is going to perceive it. So number one is be engaging in the chat. Again, we're taking kind of this old school idea of preaching. I'm not calling it old school, like outdated. I'm just saying we've been doing it a long time. Now we're bringing it into a new medium of live streaming. We have a chat now. Dave and I watch the chat on our Facebook and on our YouTube as we are recording the live show of, the Church Media Guys, as we're recording the live stream, and we're interacting with it. And so don't be afraid to interact with your chat. Now, at the very minimum, when you hit the live button, you need to go into your chat and you just say, hey guys, thanks for watching. Today's a great day. Here's, if you want to do the order of service, sing some songs, have a special presentation, Pastor so-and-so is going to come up, or the kids are going to do a musical. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions, right? At the very minimum, put a post there as the very first one after you go live, just welcoming everyone to the chat. Now, recommended is you actually have someone in the chat monitoring, asking questions, and bouncing off of other people. And the great thing is, this doesn't have to be your camera guy. This can be the old Sue sitting in the back, pew, because she's a good Baptist. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. She's a good back row Baptist.
She's a back row biddy.
she's got her phone and she's watching the live stream as she's in service, but she's watching the chat, and she can ask, where are you guys watching? Oh, I'm watching from Ohio. Oh, Ohio, what you doing in Ohio, Phil? Or Fern comments, oh, I'm at home. And oh, Fern, I wish you were here today, but thanks for watching live. And people ask questions. Hey, I heard Mike announce kids camp. What time is it? And so she just tells me, hey, it's at 6:30. And then we no longer have to play cat and mouse where we say something and then someone has to go find it somewhere else. It's right there in the chat. And you're like, I love this. In fact, when we started doing this for our own church, I started every Sunday. And you may think it's boring, and you may think I ask this every week and knows it's not the case, because again, people only come to service or even watch a stream of a service once or twice a month. So for them, it's not redundant. But every Sunday morning, I would start off with, hey guys, thanks for watching the live stream. Let us know where you're watching from. And people would comment, I'm watching on the road home, or I'm at home with a sick kid, on a work business trip. Thanks for having the stream. One Sunday, I forgot. I don't know what happened. There was something. I forgot to say, welcome, where are you watching from? This is after we did it for two months or so. But I went back about 30 minutes after service started, and multiple people had commented, glad to be here, watching from home. I'm at my mom's house watching right now. I did not even ask them. And they knew that we just always, so they offered that information up. They were automatically engaging.
Back up again just to see if anything gets better there. I really don't know what the deal is. I mean, it's almost like Time Warner's having an issue here. Thankfully, it's not affecting us. You and me. Man.
Well, let's see. Could it be the Restream? Restream.io?
No, but I'm watching the meter here. For those of y'all who are this, I'm watching the meter here in my software, and I'm seeing it. Right now it just jumped down to 0, and it's red, and then it'll be back up into yellow, and then it'll get back up into green and stuff. I don't know what the deal is. I probably need to reboot my router as soon as we're done. Man, I hate this. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and